Alrighty, what's up, everybody? This is Renegade Rue. I'm doing a quick little Q&A session that I said I wanted to do earlier. Mostly just trying to try out my lights here, see how the lighting's working and everything. I found a little stand with some ring lights, so just kind of messing around with it. I'm gonna hopefully have some good videos for you guys a little bit later on, as soon as I can finish up setting up that area that I wanted to. But for now, just a fun, continuous take. So hopefully I don't ramble on too much, and hopefully it doesn't take the whole Twitter time limit to answer some fun Q&A questions that you guys had for me that I tweeted out a little earlier. So let's get started. First question, who would win in a fight, me or Kangaroo Jack? Well, that's that's a tough question. So if I remember correctly, in the movie, which it's been years since I've seen it, Kangaroo Jack kicks twice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he dances and all that stuff, but one thing I didn't see him do is do the whole bite thing. So I think I got that over him. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I can't really say yes or no, but I do think I have a little bit of a one up with Kangaroo Jack anyway. All right, number two. Is there any special connection you have with kangaroos? Was there a children's book or anything that I had to spark that love? Um, so when I was a child, around maybe 5 or 6 years old, somewhere around there, the El Paso Zoo, where I live at, had a red kangaroo exhibit. And I remember passing by it with my mom, and it was an amazing thing to see. You know, to see them lounge around. I think I saw a couple of them hopping and stuff. Huge, beautiful animals. And from that day forward, I just fell in love with them. I was obsessed with them. If you guys can't tell already, I feel like I'm probably one of the most kangaroo obsessed person in the whole earth. You know, but it started from there. It started just from a zoo, exhibit. And before I left that zoo, my mom actually got me a zoo book. If you guys don't know what zoo book is, it's an amazing, amazing comic. Not a comic, it's more of a magazine that talks about animals. And the one that I got was Red Kangaroos. So it really, I still have it somewhere. Let's put it that way. So it was a really amazing experience. And, if you guys can't tell, I'm totally obsessed with that animal. So definitely, that was one thing that did spark my love for red kangaroos as well. Next question, have I ever been to Mexico? If so, where? So for those who don't know, I live in El Paso, Texas, like I think I said earlier. So I'm literally a stone's throw away from Mexico. So I've been to the neighbor city, which is Juarez, Mexico, otherwise known as Juarez, Mexico. And I used to go there quite a lot when I was a kid. Unfortunately, nowadays it's a little bit too dangerous to go there. So it's been about a good 10 years since, unfortunately, I was able to go back to Juarez, Mexico. But I have been to Cozumel, Mexico, which is a beautiful tropical area. If you haven't been, it's just amazing. It's beautiful. It's green. It's a jungle. You know, it's such a beautiful place. And one thing about Mexico is it's such a beautiful country. So if you haven't seen a lot of the tourist spots, I definitely recommend it. And hopefully I can see some more, tourist spots there as well. So definitely a beautiful country, and hopefully things will safeten up a little bit soon, so we can all enjoy it again like we want to. Another thing, let's see, which kangaroo character do you like, Kangaroo Jack or Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life? Okay, so I have this on-playing joke because people automatically tag me with Kangaroo Jack stuff. So I always say, he's my dad. Basically that. Um, I definitely like Kangaroo Jack more just because he's a red kangaroo and Rocco is a wallaby on there. So I think I can relate more to Kangaroo Jack than I can to Rocco, even though my life kind of feels like Rocco's Modern Life nowadays, for some reason. It just kind of does as I get older. So definitely a good question, but yeah, I would say more Kangaroo Jack, even though the kangaroo wasn't actually in the movie as long as I'd like him to be. But hey, I'll take what I can get, especially my species is not represented in Hollywood very much. So let's see what else we have. Um, let's see. Do you think the furry fandom is ill suited for minors and underage furs? Okay, when I first joined this fandom, I was 13 years old, and this was back in 1999. Right now, I'm 33 years old. So you think about all those years. I've been in this fandom when it makes it about 21 years already. And For the most part, people have been respectful of me when I was a minor. I immediately told them I was a minor if anybody tried to, RP with me or anything like that, and they were respectful with me. And I expect, 99% of the people will do the same when it comes to that. So I don't think it's not for minors. I personally think the fandom is suited for all ages. And, sometimes I'll try to make a couple of risque jokes and stuff on Twitter, but I try to keep it as a general audience thing just because I remember how welcoming it was when I was back in 13 years old, how welcoming the fandom was back then. And I kind of want to have that same thing now, for this new generation of furries. So it's definitely something that, no, I don't think it's just for adults. There's, of course, adult aspects of stuff, which should stay with adults. But for the most part, it should be a fun hobby for anybody of any age. So I strongly, strongly believe that. So really good question there. Let's see. How have you adapted to this whole Corona situation as a teacher? All right. So for those that don't know, I'm a third grade teacher, a special education teacher. Okay. So this pandemic has caused us to do everything online. Now, if anybody who's watching this is a student, they know how much of a pain it's been. Believe me, we teachers are crying too. It's just been a mess. So we've had to adapt. We have no choice. I think I mentioned a couple of tweets ago that I've just been feeling burnt out, and that's just what I feel lately. But I do love my job. I do love my students, and we're just adapting any way we can, and hopefully this virus passes soon. Hopefully this stuff is done with pretty soon, and we don't have to worry about it anymore. So yeah, we just had to adapt any way we can. Some people are swimming and some people are sinking, but we're hoping that's going to end pretty quickly. It's just for every educator, it's just been a nightmare to go through. So really good question there. Let's see. Are you sure you're not a small furry T-Rex or bunny? So if you guys see my Twitter account, I get called bunny, I want to say about, not even lying, 100+ times a day on there. So I've seen every single bunny joke and everything there too. But no, actually, I am a marsupial, and we are not T-Rexes, even though our feet do look pretty cool like a T-Rex feet. But no, I'm just a simple marsupial, and I have no relation to any bunnies. I promise you I don't. I really do. All right, let's see. Next one. What made you choose a kangaroo as a persona? So a couple of days ago, I tweeted that I used to have a wolf persona. So my wolf persona was back when I was in 1999 when I joined when I was 13 to about 2012. So technically, I've been a wolf longer than I was a kangaroo. But when I first joined this fandom, I wanted to be a kangaroo to begin with. But edgy me back in the day thought that me picking that animal, people wouldn't take me seriously. And, I wanted to be like this. Yeah, every kid goes to this edgy kind of phase and everything like that. And hey, I'm a kangaroo now, and of course, nobody does respect me. And you know what? That's fine. I love it. I love the fact that they do, and that's exactly why I'm a kangaroo, because of that. But yeah, I've always wanted to be one, and when I finally just jumped right in, I can't be anything else. I just am so attached to this animal that it's just everything who I am. So very, very, very good question there. Let's see. Can you bounce on your tail as well? So one of the cool things I'm planning to do with my fursuit tail is I want to go ahead and modify it so I can actually sit on my tail, which is going to be helpful when I'm standing at the MFF registration line or at the panels and everything like that. I can literally sit on my tail and rest on it. So hopefully that might be ready in about, I want to say a year, because I need to have that technical know-how. I was going to send it to a fursuit maker, a friend of mine, to see if they can modify it. But yes, I can sit on my tail. I don't know if I can bounce on it. I don't think that's. I think that's going a little too overboard with that. That's a good way to start to have a tail sprain there. So no, not bounce on it, but I can balance on it though. Very good question. All right, let's see. What has been the best memories of being in the fandom so far? All right, so my favorite memory of being in the fandom was going to my first con, which was Texas Furry Fiesta, back in 2016, 2017, 2018. For some reason, I just lost it off the top of my head. But actually going to a con and seeing people there in person, seeing that they actually exist, was such an amazing experience. And it's just been, I wish I could relive that over and over and over again. You know, just meeting people for the first time. And I remember when people saw me, people were all like, "Wow, you actually do exist," you know. And it was just a magical experience. I was like a kid in the candy store every single second of that con. And every con after that, I've been the same way. That's why I've been so sad that we haven't had cons anymore lately. And hopefully they're going to come back pretty soon. But and hopefully I can see you guys in person too, as well. But my best memory was meeting my friends in person finally and just giving them a hug. I wish I could relive that first time over and over and over again. It was such an amazing experience. If you haven't been to a con, I definitely recommend it. Amazing, amazing experience, and you're missing out if you don't go to one. So definitely recommend it. Let's see. What noises do roos make? Okay, so this is a hard one to do. I can't do it because we make noises that are very weird. So think of somebody who has a hard cough, like a smoker's cough. That's basically what kangaroos sound like. They sound like red kangaroos do. Anyway, they sound like that. They sound like they're coughing. And they also make some clicking sounds too. So they're not very adorable in that aspect when it comes to the noises we make. But we try to make up for it any way we can. But as far as noises, yeah, think of a very bad cough and, think of clicking, like just weird random clicking noises. That's exactly the noises they make. Otherwise, they're pretty quiet. So pretty quiet animals. And sadly, we don't make adorable noises. That's a big bummer, unfortunately. Let's see. I think that's it, everybody. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this. Thank you guys for posting any questions. I just wanted to try out the lighting. I want to try out my tripod, see if it works. I do plan to have some good content coming at you guys pretty soon, like real videos on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. I mean, I'd love to see you guys there. And again, I apologize if I sound a little winded. For those that don't know, I had COVID-19 in November. So my lungs are still a little messed up from that. So I feel like I can't catch my breath sometimes. So thank you guys for doing this in one continuous take. When I actually do make videos, I'll go ahead and edit it so it doesn't sound like I'm trying to gasp for air like I do here on that. So hopefully my lungs get better. That's what I'm really hoping for. But thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. And I'll be seeing you around. Thanks again. Bye-bye.